There is a definite sense of occasion here as both teams square up to each other with fire in their eyes. This is a day for hope, for expectation, for renewed ambition. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're up and running.
Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Deco gets across to intercept that. Well, that has not gone well. Now he's off and running. Well, that is one way to stop him. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Rodri. Nuno Mendes. It's not an especially good pass, that. Hakimi. Oh, well measured. And he was alert to it. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Now it's Hazard. Great vision. Played into space out wide. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Nuno Mendes threads one in. Nuno Mendes is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Rodri. Shifted it to the flank. Here's Rodri. And it's Fernandes. Benfica finding their... Puskas! Goal! Benfica! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Benfica have penetrated for the first time.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Benfica are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Hakimi. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And he was quick to react. Scholes. Now it's Haaland. Rodri. Nuno Mendes. And it's Rodri. And Fernandes. Back into the middle. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Played over towards the opposite flank. Rodri. And it's Mendes. Bruno Fernandes. This... And a chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Now it's Olise. Now it's Deco.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
Hakimi. Fernandez. Hakimi. And it's Azar. Could move up a gear here. Rodri simply refused to be outdone there. Puskas. Oh, what has happened here? Lovely, now then. Benfica looking to go into the break, 1-0 up.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
Thuram. And it's Deco. There will be a throw-in. And that's definitely not his best. Not the most accurate pass. Rodri. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Deco. Played into space. Dink through. Unai Simon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
And he's been shifted off it. Mateus can so cleverly bypass the press. Nuno Mendes. And we hit half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Benfica go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. That gets things going for the second half.
Benfica really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Rodri. Adriano. Adriano dominates aerially so often. And it's Palmer. And this is Azar. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Zanetti. And it's Varane. Palmer. And here's Elise, showing good feet. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And Deco! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, it wasn't the best pass, was it? The apologetic look says it all, really. He knows he could have got his team in real trouble then.
Costa Curta. Scholes. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And this is Adriano. Deco. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Scholes. Thuram kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Look at the Adriano! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Played out towards the right wing.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Gets his head on it! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Oh, that's a fine interception. Out for a throw. Elects to cross. Hakimi getting this one clear. Quality ball. Puskás. Now it's Puskás. Now this could be a chance. He's gone for goal! And again they run up against stubborn defending. There's the shot! He has done it! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Benfica are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Hakimi.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Rodri. Scholes. Varane does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Hazard. And it's Zanetti. Zanetti. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Shot at goal! Oh, no. That could be a costly miss.
It's a good effort, and you can sense that they're upping the gears. This needs to be sustained now.
And that's it. My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.
Caros espectadores, informamos que não é permitido estacionar nas vias de acesso ao estádio. Por favor, utilizem o parque de estacionamento do estádio e outros parques circundantes.
So bring it on. Height, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Barcellona e Benfica.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. The unmistakable Daniel van Baalsen.
One of those players that's been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
And perhaps that's his greatest strength, Jim, his experience.
Certainly one of them, Peter, although for me his all-round game is what impressed most. He's a credible goal threat too, both inside the box and from range.
Yeah, he's got one mighty shot on him. I think it's true to say he once burst a ball while taking a free kick.
I can actually imagine that.
Raul. That's a lovely pass. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And it's De Bruyne. Now it's Kaká. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is chance, surely! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Serginho deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Deftly away. Benfica are looking to go forward now. De Bruyne. Vermeer. Henderson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. A terrific save from the keeper.
Firmino clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's their second corner of the game. De Bruyne with the short one. Cleared without complication. And they've got rid. He won't be happy with that one. Zanetti is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And Firmino! Wonderful from Roberto Firmino! He's got himself an absolute peach. Barcelona are in front. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And it's De Bruyne. Pass somewhat off target. Rodri.
Benfica are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
In towards the back stick. Bruno Fernandes. Good ball, good take. Great ball if he can get there. Puskás. Shot a goal! He has done it! And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Peter, I can tell you, that was nothing short of a cold-blooded execution.
Benfica grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. as a side, they never...
Great chance! So, what can they make of this? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
Kaka really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Nakata. He's shifting through the gears here. Kaka! Decent enough try.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Hakimi. Bruno Fernandes. Looking to play him in.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Firmino. Henderson promptly onto that, and that is that. That's been slipped through. He's beaten the last... Big chance! Goal! Barcelona! Into the lead once more. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
And now he has two. Barcelona go into the lead. So, third corner of the game. And that has been cleared. Puskás. Bruno Fernandes. Nicely aimed pass.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di
Goal kick.
recupero.
Nuno Mendes. Fermin. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Kaka. Tries to play it through. And this is Firmino. Can he finish? Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And the referee brings the first half to a close.
Ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi che sul maxi schermo è possibile seguire le notizie sul traffico.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Well read, nice interception. Serginho. He is through here. Might be danger here. Van der Ven gets it clear. Stood up well to him there. Nuno Mendes. Hakimi. He rises! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are cruising away. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic.
Benfica have a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Look, we can't say that's a surprise, Peter. He knew what the consequences were. He really did. I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
Outstanding save to keep that out.
Look, his thinking was more audacious than his attempt.
And he's intervened well there. Kaka. Now it's Kaka. And now the breakaway. And he's cut it out.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but...
Oh, that's ambitious. And no one is overly concerned about that.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di 17.440
Good pressure,
spettatori.
determined, intense. Scholes. Puskos. And a chance! It's a goal! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So is this the start of a comeback? Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
That's been cut out, well played. Now it's Nakata. Benfica looking to pass their way through. This might... Haaland! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Haaland is offering a wry smile there.
Raul. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. De Bruyne. That has been slung wide. And that's put paid to a promising move.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
It's Raul! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
That's a decent clearance. Benfica have the chance to go the other way. A well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Encouraged the pass.
Just about within shooting range. He should have put that one away.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment.
Cambio di giocatori.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Havertz is onto it in a flash. Henderson calmly anticipates. Now he's got space here. That's beautifully weighted. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Spread it left. Now it's Endrick. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Puskás, and he's in on goal, and the shot! Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there. And it's Ibrahimovic. Raúl. Now it's Kaká. Engages and forces him off the ball. Havertz. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Raúl. Has good running with the ball. Can he get on the end of this? Decent chance! He scores! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
Ibrahimovic! He's got a goal! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Hakimi, looking for options for movement. Time added on, 4 minutes. Firmino, and Firmino! Close, but time for no more. The whistle has gone. Oh, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
One-sided and only one winner, Peter. The players didn't show enough togetherness.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Yet another page in the history of this grand old rivalry. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, he may be a player who we still haven't worked out what his best position is, but I still think that this fella, Kai Havertz's role, will be quite big. He initially played a little deeper before he arrived in England, but once he came to England, he tended to be played as a centre-forward, and it made it difficult for him.
Oh, he's been caught on it here! Turns and goes back. And he thumps it clear. And that's going right the way across. That has ended up in no man's land. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Hakimi. He's found the way through. Chance to deliver. He rises! No, couldn't quite control it.
You really could have done with engaging those crossers much higher up the pitch there. This isn't good defending.
Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. Rice. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Bellingham. Now, can they get him away? An uncompromising challenge. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. That's been slipped through. Good ball. Pushkas gets through on his own. The ball goes in.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Roberto Carlos. He's having a shot! Decent enough try. Palmer. Neither side yet able to find the net. Nuno Mendes.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal! Sporting! And Sporting score first. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well,
There's the shot! Sticks it away! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Roberto Carlos receives it in a wide position. Climbs up big! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Benfica really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Threads one in.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Costa Curta did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's managed to get free. Nuno Mendes tries across. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Rice, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Looking for options for movement. Knocks it out wide. Vitinha. And this is Cruyff. That is great defending, so alert. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Now it's Semenyo. And the counter is on. Spread neatly. Semenyo. And he's had it nicked away. Benfica are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Rodri. Roberto Carlos. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Rice. And it's Bellingham. Over to the left. Semenyo. Good read, needed to be. And here's Semenyo. And it's Rice. Semenyo gets into a good position. Tries to cross. Costa Curta with the clearance. Tries to play it through. There's the whistle for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game, and it's easier said than done, as we know.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. So off we go once more.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Costa Curta. Hakimi tries to pass it through. Mendes kept his eye on it, and he's there. Now it's Bellingham. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And he's cut it out. Havertz. Bruno Fernandes. Cruyff. Now, what about a counter-attack? He's got away. And he was alert to it. Rice. Shifted it to the flank. Semenyo in acres of space out wide. Beckenbauer.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Oh, no joy this time. Nuno Mendes. Can he get it through? Semenyo picks it up out wide. Oh, that's fabulous. Bellingham. Havertz. Rodri. Now it's Cruyff. Bellingham. Palmer. Now there... Bellingham! Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Número 22. Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
Benfica can now introduce the first of their substitutes. 3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute.
This is the time you need that pace.
Haaland. Oh, beautifully shaped ball. Takes a shot! That's another chance! And how did he not make it 4?
He'll be annoyed with himself after that. Nothing wrong with his anticipation or his positioning. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Rice with the short one. Benfica are looking to go forward now. And here's shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there! Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And yes, it's him again.
Substituição para o Benfica. Número 20.
A couple of changes then in quick succession. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Semenyo, and it's Mendes. Puskás. He's in plenty of space here. Palmer. Some good work on the right flank here. Now it's Doué. Now that looks a decent ball. Nuno Mendes. Roberto Carlos. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Donnarumma claims comfortably. Palmer. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Benfica looking to pass their way through. Semenyo. Hakimi. Semenyo. Now it's Bellingham. Rice. Great vision. Palmer providing an outlet on that flank. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Sporting clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Vamos dar lugar a uma substituição.
And here's Ibrahimovic. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And it's Cruyff. Nicely weighted ball. Fernandez is flagged offside. Pass somewhat off target. Big chance! They've done it! Terrible error, duly punished.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Marcou para o Benfica. Aos 88 minutos de jogo, com a camisola.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. Bellingham. Gabriel. Nuno Mendes. Dani Olmo. Rice. Now it's Olise. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Oh, good spread. And the return pass. Now it's Doué. He's picked his way through. Doué. Bellingham. Rice. And it's Mendes. Thinks about the shot. Nuno Mendes. And time is up. Benfica suffer a humiliating defeat, and if that weren't painful enough, there's all the analysis and scrutiny to come. It was a poor show all round. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle and here we go. Madrid have opted for a 4-4-2 formation.
Cruyff!
Good save, keeper read that well.
Yeah, and I don't think there was much wrong with his vision nor his decision-making.
Cruyff goes for a shot! Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Look at the space here. Can he finish? And he has kept it out somehow.
Haaland is offering a wry smile there.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Benfica looking to pass their way through. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, when it comes to being very watchable, Peter, I don't think you'll get much better than Vinicius Junior. His raw pace, added to the infinite amount of trickery he has up his sleeve, are sure to cause any defence no shortage of headaches. He just needs a better final product at the top level.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. Madrid have the chance to go the other way. Costa Curta. Benfica are applying all the early pressure.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
Nuno Mendes, played into space out wide, in with the challenge. Haaland, Messi. Vinicius Junior powering forward here.
Pretty robust defending.
Mendes has it in a wide position. It's a mighty effort! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Benfica have definitely started much the stronger. They're far more creative.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. Now, can they get him away? Madrid deciding to turn to the long ball now, that is pretty evident.
Yeah, it is clear that they've decided to take a more direct route to goal now, but, you know, they can't just continue doing this and make it predictable. And importantly, they've got to look to win the second ball. If they do that, they should get right up the pitch.
Yeah, he really should. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And he's picked it up out wide. And he's in on goal. Shoots! Goal! Benfica! And Benfica take the lead. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Puskás really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
He's having a shot! That was a matter of inches.
Oh, he overcooked that one, aiming for perfection, and he got it slightly wrong.
Nuno Mendes. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Now Costa Curta. Beckenbauer. And it's Hakimi. Cruyff quietly revving up. Palmer. And smartly reclaimed. Vinicius Junior in acres of space out wide. Hakimi. And he's managed to get rid. Taken back almost at once. Nuno Mendes. Benfica are 1 up and looking surprisingly comfortable. And here's Haaland, played out wide. And here's Scholes. And it's Cruyff. Scholes. Now Costa Curta. Beckenbauer. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he welcomes it in. Rafael Leao. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Rafael Leao! Cleared without complication. Messi. Passes short and sharp. And he's running through. Oh, well played. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Puskas. Hazard. That has not gone well. Now it's Haaland. Plays a sharp little ball here. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Benfica go in at half-time with a slender 1-goal lead.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 4 será sustituido por el dorsal 23.
There's the start of the second half.
Benfica really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Puskas. Benfica finding their passes. Oh, he's been caught napping. Camavinga. Hazard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Some resolute defending there. Puskas.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He is through here. And Puskas! Oh, the ball's run. In he goes again! No, it just wouldn't sit for him.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley.
Serginho. And it's Serginho. Camavinga. Built as the single goal between the sides. Fernandez.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
That's a promising run he's making on the right. It's gone out for a throw-in. And here's Messi. Oh, it's a great ball here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. He's through and all alone! Pavlovic did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Out towards the flank. And that's an excellent interception.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
No, that's been intercepted. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Benfica can breathe again, just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Puskás. Now that's well seen too. Messi. That's a super give and go. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Cruyff. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And he cuts out the supply. Camavinga. Messi. Can he get it through? Unai Simon claims comfortably.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Howson
are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Camavinga. Now it's Gonzalez. Lovely passing, lovely movement. Gonzalez! And the lead stays intact, just.
Well, I think that look says it all, Peter. Brilliant save from the keeper. He read the situation superbly.
El dorsal 17, el dorsal 20, Hazard, el dorsal 3. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 18, el dorsal 22, el dorsal 13.
Madrid have their second corner now. That's the keeper's ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Subscreve. Still just that single goal and we are nearly done. Pavlovic. Serginho. Now it's Gonzalez. Here's Boga. Now it's come to nothing. And he's gone looking for safety.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Very much into the last knockings. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Bruno Fernandes. Oh, nicely intercepted. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Hakimi is there to clear. Now it's Vinicius Junior. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh no, what has happened? And that's that. Benfica have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Puskás voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
And there's a lot more to read into this game than just the scoreline.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. The action has already started.
I don't think there's a player out there, Peter, who is as tactically flexible as Francesco.
Shot, surely! And he has kept it out somehow.
Jordan Henderson clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Boca Juniors with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Batistuta! Danger averted for now. Can he get it through? And now a sudden chance to counter. That is a brilliant interception.
Park Ji-sung really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Taken back almost at once. And he thumps it clear. Caceres does really well to win the ball there. Oh, a bullish header! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Henderson. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Now it's Henderson. And he's on his... And Batistuta! Goal! Boca Juniors! And Boca Juniors take the lead. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Boca Juniors have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Doué looking to run onto it. Roberto Carlos. And it's Roberto Carlos. Little doubt, that is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Out towards the flank. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
Benfica really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Looking tidy in possession here.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now, can they get him away? Vitinha, Roberto Carlos, Vitinha, Bruno Fernandes. And here's Haaland, and the shot! It's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Plays in a cross. He's got tall. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Haaland. And Fermin. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Owen. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Jordan Henderson.
Boca Juniors really have decided to turn to the long ball. That's very obvious now.
And how do they go about making that work?
Well, they can't neglect accuracy, and it can turn that opposition defence into facing its own goal, which so...
Decent chance! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Park Ji-sung actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. Batistuta! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Hakimi. Fermin. Hakimi is wide and looking to get onto this. And a chance! And here's Park Ji-sung. And this is Henderson. Well, they've got it again. And here's Park Ji-sung. Batistuta.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de
It's a risky ball, you've got to say. Hakimi. And here's Park Ji-sung. And it's Totti. Totti could drive, and he shoots! Goal! It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
The action is back underway.
Benfica really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Owen. And this is Batistuta.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Vitti. Oh, shooting chance! He scores! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to... Chance! It's there!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Benfica really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Park Ji-sung is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. He has found the way through. Oh, what a climb! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 3 coming up. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Benfica have the chance to go the other way. That's a lovely... Can he finish? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Doué has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Batistuta. Owen. Batistuta. Owen! Now, who's going to be first to this? Roberto Carlos. Fermi. Roberto Carlos in acres of space out wide. Chance for a shot! Great vision.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Pete.
Chance! Oh, surely that deserved better.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Oh, that's a key interception. Vitinha, Benfica looking to pass their way through. It's Roberto Carlos. Now it's Haaland, and that is expertly dealt with. So what can they make of this? Looking to play him in. Doué providing an outlet on the... And the finish! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Benfica really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Totti, looking for the run. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Totti, given the lift of his goal. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Park Ji-sung. He's picked his way through. He's had a shot! It's hit the upright. Benfica are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Can he get on the end of this? Rodri. Looking for options. Shot a goal! Now that is commitment to the cause.
Cambio en Boca Juniors.
Boca Juniors get their fourth corner.
Número 24. Número 11. Número 20. Entran número 8. Número 25. Número 21. Número 13.
Boca Juniors
Número
will try it
14.
again now.
Cambio.
They're up to 5 corners now. He rises!
That's just playing it safe and simple. Boca Juniors nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Oh, no joy this time. He's a sharp little ball here. Jordan Henderson. Park Ji-sung. Oh, that's delightful. Terrific header. In for the pieces. He's got a goal. And surely now, the result's beyond doubt. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Boca Juniors could not have picked a better time to snatch a 2-goal lead. Is there still time for a response? Takes a shot! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Boca Juniors blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Shapes to shoot! Wonderful from Ibrahimovic! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they are right back within touch. That's wonderful. And that will be the final act. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve.